Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you like this video, make sure you like it. Hit the like button, okay? It's gonna really help my channel, okay? But anyway, thank you for watching. Let's get into this video. What you're looking at on the screen is a README file, okay? I created this README file for one of my data projects, all right? So, and I remembered that I created a similar README file a while ago, but that was for a totally different project, right? It was about 2 years ago. Okay, this is my channel, and to be very honest here, I've been getting a lot of views for this video. As you can see, it's got about 3,400 or 3,400 views, right? But this was 2 years ago, and there are some things I've learned about how to create README files that I thought, okay, let me show you guys and teach some of you that don't know. Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. All right, let's not waste any more time. Okay, I'm in VS Code. In case if you don't know, this is VS Code. And yeah, so like I said, I'm going to show you a preview of this README file that I have already created, so I can go through why I did what I've done, so I can show you exactly how to do it as well. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, I'm going to just click this button here to preview the README file. Okay, so let's expand it. And by the way, this is very responsive. Okay, this preview here, but let's expand it so we can see, because here, what you can see here is the code, but here you can actually see what it's going to look like on your GitHub. And I'm guessing you're doing it to put it on your GitHub. So I think that's why most people create README files. So let's get into it. As you can see, this is the header. Okay, simple. This is the header. This is an image. Okay, this is a paragraph. Okay, this is another header. And when it comes to headers, when we get back to the actual code, I'm going to show you why the headers actually matter. Okay, and yeah, this is a simple 2-column table structure. As you can see, 1 colon, 2 colon. This is another header paragraph. This is a simple list structure. Okay, I'm going to show you how to create this as well. It's very effective when you create similar list structure like this for your project on GitHub. Okay, because it's easy to digest. Okay, your recruiters and your colleagues and people who are following your project can quickly scan through what you did. Okay, as you can see, you can quickly go through it. All right, this is also a different type of structure that you can also implement in your project, especially when you're doing data architecture projects like I did with this project. Okay, as you can see, it's just effective. It's just break things down visually so that people who are not that technical can also understand the ins and outs of the project and what it required. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how to create this as well for your project. And this simple bullet points are easy to just use it for things like KPIs and metrics. Easy, straightforward. I'm going to show you how to create that as well. And again, this is another table, okay, in Markdown, because README files are created in Markdown. So again, it's a bit tricky to create the table, but I'm going to show you a simple way and how to use this agentic, co-pilot chat here. Okay, well, yeah, this is a different type of structure because the one at the top, as you can see, is a 2-column structure, whereas this one is a 3-column structure, but you create it in a similar way. I'm going to show you that very soon. And the rest are just things like, well, again, this is a bullet point lists, and these are links. Okay, these actually can take you to a place outside of GitHub where people can actually contact you. It's actually very clever when you add a contact option to your project, so that people who actually like your project or want to ask more questions, again, can just make sure to know where to contact you. So that's it. Now let's get into the actual code. Okay, let me close this down. Okay, now the actual code, as you can see, I'm using H1 because in Markdown language, to write H1 similar to HTML, you use the one hash, for H1, 2 hash for H2. Again, this is an H2 is here, H2 there as well. When it comes to 3, that's H3. But you can get the gist. Okay, H1, H2, H3, and then obviously when you used 4 hash, you're talking about H4. Okay, and when you look at it visually, it makes sense because the hierarchy, that's the key. That's why you use headers. Okay, you can see the hierarchy so that it's visually flows and show people and directs people downwards to your project. Okay, you can see this one is H1, so it's bigger, smaller, same size as this, same size as this, same size as this. It gives importance to what you're doing. Okay, this one is H3, this one is H4, and so on, and then it goes down all to the very end, as you can see. And that's really easy. And I normally go up to H4. Okay, I don't use another hash to go to H5. It's just going to be way too small. So I normally go up to H4. But yeah, now what we're going to do is so that I can show you how to create this. I'm going to recreate what I've done here. Okay, I'm going to just recreate it. So I want to make it faster. I don't want this video to be too long. So in this new page here, as you can see, I've sort of renamed it readme.md. So what we've done is, let me just, again, this is the H1. It's just one hash, as you can see. So let me just quickly copy this paragraph easily. The paragraph is just text. You just type in the text easily under the heading. It's fine. This is an image. The thing with images is I like to add images to my project. Okay, I like to add images to my project because images are something that's visual, that also will show the breakdown of your project. Okay, and you can see that in this project, you can see that even though this project is not done yet, I didn't really insert a lot of images there. I will carry on updating it, but you can see that this shows the breakdown of me just exploring the data set in BigQuery. Okay, so those are things that you can also do with your project. Just show the breakdown, show the behind the scenes of your project. Okay, it's going to really be helpful for people who want to actually, especially for recruiters. Okay, they will see the work that you're doing as a sort of proof. Okay, they'll see the dirty things that you're doing, the dirty work, and then so that they can see the process of how you went from messy data to clean the data to analysis, metrics, and so on and so forth. Okay, it's some sort of storytelling. Okay, so let's carry on here. And to insert an image, all you have to do is you don't have to type anything. Just place your cursor right there. Place your cursor right there. Open up wherever you store your images. I always create a separate folder for my images, like you can see, screenshots. And then what you want to do is make sure before you click on, before you want to make sure you drag this out, right? Drag this out to wherever you want to paste it, and then you're going to see this highlighter here. And then before you drop it, just click on Shift. Okay. When you click on Shift, you can see that line there. Okay, it's going to tell you where do you want to post it. Where do you want to post it? Okay, you can't post it there. You can't post it here. Okay, so there, let's post it there. As you can see, that's your image, and then here will be highlighted as the alt text. The alt text is simple. The alt text is something that replaces your image if your image doesn't load up for whatever reason on your GitHub. Okay, so what you want to do is just delete this and just type in something that describes what your image is, basically. So for my image, I know what my image is. As you can see, even the title of the image is right here. It's just me exploring data in BigQuery. So I'm going to just write exploring data sets in BigQuery using SQL. That's it. That's the alt text. This is very important, by the way. This alt text, when you're inserting images, try to, no matter how many images you insert in your project, try to fill out this image, because this can also help you. It's good for search engine optimization, maybe on Google or something. Okay, so it's important as well. Okay, so now let's get back to the next step, which is the next header. Again, for this project, I like to have the goals for the project. Okay, again, it's important for people and recruiters or colleagues to know why are you doing this project. Okay, so I always have a project goal. Okay, and then there it is again. It's just simple text. Write your project goal under your header. Simple as that. And then when it comes to tools, again, when you're doing a project, especially for a data professional or aspiring data professional, you want to sort of let people know, the tools you're going to be using. Okay, you want to be upfront about, hey, I'm going to be using this tool, and this is what I'm going to be doing with this tool, and stuff like that. So now this one, you can see, it looks sort of like messy. Okay, but when you look at the output, if you do a preview again, you can see that the output of this tool section here, it's really neat. It's a table structure. Okay, no matter how we resize it, it's just a table structure that's really, really neat. Okay, and it's very useful. I like using it in my project. So what we're going to do is, instead of try to type all this by hand, we're going to just take in that, okay, it's a 2-column table structure. Why? Because it's got 2 columns. We've got the layer, we've got the tool, we've got the source data, then we've got the details there, transformation, then the details, visualization, then the details. So it is 2-column structure table. Now the trick to doing that is you want to make use of your agentic chat area here. Okay, VS Code has done a good job to implement AI in the software, where you can actually, you don't have to do everything by hand anymore like we used to, even just about 4 years ago. So what you want to do is, I like using prompt. Okay, and this is a prompt that I created already, as you can see, in using a text file. So I know what I want to create is this. So I'm just going to copy it. I'm going to type it in here. And you can see the prompt says, I want to create a 2-column table structure with a header and 3 rows. As simple as that. Okay. And I'm going to just type here. There. And then immediately it's going to just go to work to create it for you. There you go. See, as simple as that. And then what do? You just copy that structure, select where you want to paste it, paste. And sometimes it might carry over this explanation, as you can see from here. So all you want to do is just delete this. And there you go. That is your 2-structure table. You see, it looks exactly like the one I did here. And all you need to do is just then start editing it, like, let's actually do this by hand. Let's quickly get through it. I might have to fast forward the video while I'm doing it, but you have to make sure you just do it yourself and make sure you get it done all the way. So I'm just gonna quickly run through this. There we go. And as you guys can see, I have not copied over the text, so everything looks good, just like I want it. So while I'm doing it, I'm just going to do a quick preview of it. And as you can see, guys, you can see it's already structured. The table is done. Okay, it's a simple 2-column table, and as easy as that, it's done. Okay, so let me close this down so we can carry on doing what we're doing. And then let's come back to the data sets. Again, when you're doing your data project or whatever project you're doing, make sure you explain your data sets, why you chose that data sets. Again, I'm just going to paste the text. Okay, so you can obviously type your text in for whatever project you're doing. And I like to use a simple bold, it's just to highlight that data set. Okay, and the way you do that is just a simple asterisk, double asterisk around the text that you want to make bold. And if you do a quick preview, you'll see that that's what it does. Okay, it makes that text area bold. Okay, simple as that. Let's get to the project structure. Again, if you're doing a project, you want to make sure you have a project structure. Okay, so that people who are watching you as you're doing the project or following along can keep track of what your project will consist of. Okay, it's good planning. Okay, so the way to do this is, you can see if you do a preview of this quickly, it's just a simple, list. It's just a simple list. Okay, it's not complicated. And the way we do that is, let me copy this text. From here, you just do hyphen space boom. That's the first one. Then tab hyphen space. Let me copy the text again. This is like a folder structure. Okay, this is a list structure. My bad. It's just a simple list, but you're creating a hierarchy of like what goes inside each folder, sort of. Okay, so from here, tab again, space. There you go. Hyphen, and you just have to do that all the way through the project, all the way through whatever you're typing, just to create that structure. And as you can see, I think you guys get it now. So I'm just going to copy this over because it's already done. And that's exactly how you do it. As simple as that. It's already done. So let me just paste this. And if we do a preview, you can see the structure is already done. Okay, it's as simple as that. So let me, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this back, take this back, so that it's more structured. Okay, as you can see, yeah, you can see. Hold on, that should, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, it's just make sure it's neat. Okay, as you can see, it looks neater now. Let's see. Yeah, it looks all right. Then let's move on to the architecture. If you're doing a project relating to data architecture, or you're making architectural decisions, if you're doing data modeling or something like that, and if you're working with Power BI, then you're probably going to model your data as well. So this is also key to use something like a simple folder structure. Okay, if you do a preview of that, you can see that it's just very effective. It shows you the ins and outs of the project. Okay, in terms of architecturally. Okay, so to do that, again, you don't have to do this by hand. As you can see that it uses backticks. The backticks are actually very important. Let me do a quick preview to show you why the backticks are important. If you keep your eye on this. If you delete any of the backticks, you can see that the structure is all messed up. Okay, so we're just going to add the backticks back in there. And if you're wondering where the backticks is on your keyboard, it's just next to 1. It's just on the left of the 1. Okay, so you want to make sure you don't delete any of these backticks because it's going to mess up. Again, you see, mixes up the structure. So let's put it back in. And to do this, again, let's go back to our real project. To do this, you just, again, prompting is good because I know that it's a folder structure. Again, I've already wrote down the prompt. I'm just going to tell it, this agentic chat, that I want a folder structure with 4 layers and arrows pointing down on each of the layers because, as you can see the arrows are pointing down and there's a folder structure. So it's as simple as that. And I'm going to type it in, press enter, and it's going to do its job. This is much more faster than you doing it by hand. Okay, then I'm going to just copy that, paste it here, and like before, it's going to carry over some text, but we don't need this text. Delete that text. And again, it's going to show you two ways to do it. Okay, it says this is the root version and this is the mermaid version, but we don't need the mermaid version, so I'm going to delete that. There we go. And that's it. That's the folder structure. Okay, you can see this is the backtick starting and the ending backticks. Okay, and then when it comes to the text, you can carry over the text. You can see Delete that, put that there. This is the source file. You can see the source project that, it's very important to the whole project because that's the what you're we'll be working with. Okay, this is the file that will be getting modeled and creating different medallion architecture and stuff like that, such as the bronze layer, silver layers, gold layer, and stuff like that. Okay, so all you need to do is just fill in the text, fill in all the text. It's as simple as that. Just fill in the text. Let me actually do this in front of you so you can see this. Copy. Then this is good for showing the in-betweens. Hold on, let me put the tab here, put this there, like this. Show the next architecture. Add that there. I'm gonna add something in between there as well. Show the stages of the project. That's what's important. Press tab. There we go. Did I not press tab there? Let me see. That's too much. Two. Let me do it twice. Two. Okay. I want to make sure it's uniform. Okay. Now, the final one is the gold layer. Gold layer. Just paste that there. And we can just remove this. We don't need this. Okay, we've got our forward structure neatly. Okay, and if we do a preview, let's actually close this down. If we do a preview now, you're going to see that it's done. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, now if we expand this just to see everything that we've done already, see now everything it's making sense. Okay, it's shaping up to present your work. Okay, because it's not good enough to just do the project. Okay, because you're very technical or you think you're the best or whatever. It's also good to put in the work, the effort to presenting your project in a way that others, especially non-technical people and mostly stakeholders, okay, recruiters, can understand what a project is about. Okay, so you need to put that effort. That's why creating a README is very important, very, very important to publishing projects on GitHub. Okay, because the README is what people will see when they land on your project. Okay, and that's what README is for, to be able to explain your project effectively and for someone that's not technical to understand it at a glance. Okay, so now we go back to key metrics again. Like I said, for the key metrics, you can simply use something a bullet list, which is straightforward. And to create that is just you press Shift Start. Okay, that's a bullet list, and then you obviously paste the text. Oops, let me copy that. Create the text. So you create a simple bullet points. Okay, then you copy and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna copy that over. Since I've already showed you, it's very easy to do that. Let's copy that over. Let's get back to this one here. Again, this one here, remember we did this already with this table structure. But when it comes to this one, what I like to have something called a project report. Okay, again, it's for the purpose of if anyone is following along as I'm doing this project, because I like to do things publicly. Okay, especially on my LinkedIn, I like to showcase what I'm doing so that you don't know who's watching. Okay, it might be your colleague, might be a friend, might be recruiters. If you're looking for a job, I'm not looking for a job, but it's still important to create a project report so that people can see, okay, how your project is going, what you've done, what you're about to do, and stuff like that, just to create that anticipation. Really, that I think is very good. So again, to do this, again, it's good to use like a table structure, but the difference is you can see that this is a 3-column table structure. Okay, and we're going to do exactly what we did, here, where we created the 2-column table structure. So what we're going to do is, instead of doing that by hand, again, I have the prompt ready. I'm just going to go back to the prompt, copy, and say, I want to create a 3-column table structure with a header and 5 rows. Press enter. And voila, you guys can see 3 columns, 5 rows. Okay, let's copy that, copy, enter. Again, it's gonna carry over the text. Let's delete that. We don't need that, and that's it. And all you have to do is just come back here, edit everything, put your text in there that you want to communicate. But since I already showed you earlier, I'm not gonna start copying everything. I'm just gonna copy what's already there and put that there. But I've showed you how to do it, so just edit the text and you'll be fine. But there we go. Let's do a quick preview to see what we've done so far. Everything is there. Everything is there, as you can see. But a tip, something you might notice in this structure we just did, you can see that this is bold. These focus areas are bold. Okay, that's just a bit of to highlight the focus of the work. It's just to lift it off the page a bit. Okay, and again, I did that. I've showed you earlier when I told you how to do the the double asterisk. That's how you create a bold text essentially. So it's just adding a double asterisk in front, double asterisk at the back, and stuff like that, and then that's how you create a bold text. So that's simple really. So that's easy for you to do. Let's move on to the next one. Again, when you use different tools, sometimes you want to explain why you used a certain tool. Okay, and that's what this area is for. And then this is a simple paragraph, and this is a bullet list like we did here. Okay, it's just a simple asterisk, and then you type in your text, and you can see this is the output. Simple as that. Okay, let's move on to, again, project deadline. I like to give myself a deadline when I'm doing projects. Okay, again, the deadline also is not just for me to get the project done. Of course I'll get it done, but again, it's for whoever is watching. Okay, so that they can know that you're someone that sticks to deadline. Okay, you're not just you're a professional basically. You have to know that, okay, you're serious about it. And then some people might even follow your deadline to keep track. Maybe this guy is not serious, or this person is not serious. And then when they see you actually publish the project, when you say you're going to do it, that counts for something. Okay, and here, contact is very important to have on your project or README, because again, you don't know who's watching. If someone might want to hire you for a job, or for freelance purposes or whatever, and then obviously if they like your project after going through it, then you want to give them the opportunity to contact you. Okay, even that's your email, your LinkedIn, whatever it is, you just say, hey, leave something there and say, hey, you might even leave a simple message here and say, I'm open to work, and stuff like that. So how do you do this? Now let's do something different here. Let's do something different. Instead of typing this by hand, which you can do, but we don't want to do that. What we want to do is, again, let's go back to the prompt that I've already created. It's possible to once you've put your header here, you can then reference your header in the chat to do whatever you want to do. Okay, so in this time, I'm going to copy this prompt that I created and paste it in here, and just tell it I want to add my contact details under the header. You can see I copied the # contact, the whole header basically, and make sure it is functional, and it knows what I mean. Meaning, make sure it's a link. Okay, and then I'm going to just click enter, and it's going to go to work, and it knows what we want. Okay, and there you go. As you can see, it's giving you options, and then what we do is we'll copy, paste it there. Again, it's carried over this text. We don't need that. And here you can see it's giving us it's giving us this email and this, but it didn't give us everything properly, to be honest. You can see mine is different here. Okay, mine is different, so I'm gonna just prompt it again. Then paste in that prompt again. Okay, sometimes these tools do that. They malfunction. Make sure. Let me rewrite that and say what I want to contact this under the contact header. I'm gonna actually delete this first. Let me delete this. under the context header, and make sure it is functional links. Let's be specific and see what it does. Okay, sometimes these tools make mistakes. Okay, you can't blame them, but you just have to be, specific sometimes. And as you can see, okay, you guys can see that, it made a mistake earlier, and then I was able to fix it with just a simple prompt. And then now it's saying, do you want to keep it like this? Yes, just click keep it. And as you can see the output already. Okay, it's much better than what it created earlier. Okay, so now from here you can just choose, we don't really need a GitHub because you're already on a GitHub, so there's no point. So we'll remove that, and from here you can just add your email here. This is where you add it. You add it here, then you also add it here, here before the colon. And then if you want to add your name, you add your name here, and then you can add the link to your actual GitHub here. Okay, so it can be clickable. Okay, as you can see the way I did it, my email there, my name there, and my LinkedIn here, even though I haven't really added it yet, but I will before I actually push this to GitHub. Okay, but yeah, that's how you do it. That's as simple as that, so that your README file can have your contact details, and then you can successfully, hopefully complete your project and then get whatever opportunities may come your way. Okay, guys, and that's it really. I think I've covered everything. Okay, I've showed you how to add a link like this. I've showed you how to add table structure, folder structure, simple bullet lists, simple bullet lists like this, headers and so on, an image, like, that's all you need to make your README actually stand out and, make your project not just something worth doing, but, something that actually attracts the right opportunities to your life. Okay, whether that's, like I said, if you're looking for a job or whatever, I think if you copy this approach to your future, even your past README, if you go back to your old README or files for your old project, improve them, upgrade them, and I think you're going to start seeing good things come your way, honestly. But yeah, guys, this video is long enough, but I just wanted to make sure I go through the ins and outs of how to create an effective or README file. Okay, and like my old video was about 7 minutes, but I didn't really go through the details there. Okay, so hopefully you've gotten a lot from this video, and yeah, leave a comment below if you like videos like this, and yeah, just like I said earlier, like this video if you like it, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, guys, subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be making a lot more videos like this. And you can see I only have 64 subscribers, which is not good enough, but that's partly my fault. I don't publish all the time. But yeah, I need more followers, I need more likes, I need more shares. Guys, show your boy some love, support me. And lastly, no, I'm gonna shamefully or confidently plug my tool here. This is a website that I created. Okay, as you can see, it's called FileSwift, and it's a file conversion website that helps you convert, again, let's say ARC to or JPEG, PDF to Word, SVG to PDF, and so on and so forth. Okay, if you need a file conversion like your Markdown file, if you want to convert your Markdown file to, for example, a Word document, it is as simple as just going to fileswift.io. As you can see, fileswift.io, and then just come here, start converting for free. Come to the canvas area here. As you can see, there are lots of conversions that you can do. Okay, and then just click on this canvas area here, find whichever file you're trying to convert, whether that's a Markdown file. It actually can help you convert a Markdown file as well. As you can see, this is a Markdown file. If you click on this file and you open, you can see the extension says MD because it's a Markdown file. You can see here as well MD, and it gives you the options to, do you want to convert it into a PDF or a Word document or an HTML? And if you can, I'm just going to show you how it works. I'm going to convert this Markdown file to a Word document, and I'm going to click convert. And it's really quickly, it's really quick to do. It doesn't take that long at all. And as you can see, it's almost done. And yes, guys, like I said earlier, this is my own SaaS business that I created as a data professional. I always need services like this. So if you want to show me some love, or if you think this service is also for you, make sure I'm going to leave a link in the description below. Make sure you show some love and go use it, go try it out, and let me know how it goes. Okay, so once this is done, I'm going to show you the output of it. Okay, this file is actually a big file. Okay, it's actually it's a big file for a project that I'm doing, so that's why it's taking longer than 30 seconds. Okay, and yeah, guys, it's done. We've successfully we've successfully converted this Markdown file to a Word document. So now this is the moment of truth. I'm going to click this download button here to download, as you can see. And here, let's open this file. It's going to open in Word. You can see, and there you go. You can see, like I said, this is a big file. Okay, it's a big file, and it's for a project, a coding project that I'm doing. That's why it looks like this. It doesn't look normal. Oh yeah, this was in Markdown, and now it's in a Word document. Let me actually show you what the Markdown file originally looks like. Okay, if you go back to download, you see this is the Markdown file. Let me open it in VS Code. You can see this is what it looks like. You can see this is the header, H2, and so on and so forth. You can see, so that's why it looks like this in the Word document as well. You can see we've successfully transformed the files from a Markdown file to a Word document file using FileSwift. Okay, my SaaS business, Okay, once you're done, guys, once you're done and you're happy with the conversion, please use this button to leave a review. Click on it and just leave a review, and I really appreciate that. It really helps the business grow. As you can see, just leave a 5-star review and just share your experiences. Say something nice and just post it. Okay, but yeah, that's it, guys. And if you also want to share this, maybe share it on LinkedIn or share it on X or something, or on WhatsApp or whatever, I really appreciate that as well. And yes, guys, and also one last thing, if in case you in case you're converting more than one file, you can again download individually, or you can just download everything as a zip. But if you're doing it on your phone, be careful. You have to actually, once you download everything as a zip, you're gonna have to unlock the zip. Okay, but it's easier to just download it. Even if it's more than one file, just download it individually. Okay, but yeah, that's it, guys. I don't want to ramble on. Hey, we've covered a lot of things. Okay, so thank you for watching. Let me remove this. We've showed you how to write a very effective README file, okay, that will get your project seen and also will definitely get you opportunities. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.